Hello, let's do the New York Times Hard Sudoku for February 4th, 2026. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself, and I'm going to get started right now. All right, starting in the top left box, we have 1, 4, and 7. So the two ones, look into here, putting a 1 in one of these two. 1 doesn't seem to do anything here. The 4, we do have two 4s. This 4 helps, puts a 4 in one of these two. Okay, so we do have these 4s putting a 4 in one of these two. We can mark that. And then the 7 looks down. This 7 looks in. That places 7 in the box, which then places the 1 in the box. All right. I guess I could follow up. So 7's in one of these three. 1 doesn't seem to do anything. Does anything look into this box that isn't already placed? The 4 we already marked. 1, 7, okay. Does anything look through here? 7 and 8, nope. All right, so we'll come back to this box. We're still on this box, so we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. At least not in my systematic solves. If I was solving myself, I jump around all the time, but anyway. 1, 4, and 7, so what I want to look for is anything that could cross this 4, 7, I suppose. So we have the 4, 5, and 8. The 4 is already in the box. We do have 5, 8 looking up. Unfortunately, there's no 5 or 8s here. Okay. I don't think there's anything else to see here in this box. Let's move on to this one. We have 3 and 6. 2 3s look back, putting a 3 in one of these three. Vertically, I don't see anything. 6. 6 does look in here. It crosses this 3, 9. Putting a 6 in one of these two. That points down. This 6 looks up. 6 looks in. Putting a 6 in one of these two. All right. So basically what we learned is that these aren't 6. I don't think that does anything immediately. Anything else with this 3, 6? Yeah, we do have 6s vertically. Puts a 6 in one of these two. We have this 6 already. Okay. What about the 3 and the 9? Something I'm looking at is 3 and 9 in this box, and then the corollary. So unfortunately, there are 3 places for 3, 9 in this box. So it's not limited. We also have 1, 6, and 8. That's the corollary. 1, 6, and 8 need to go in these 4 cells. If we had a cell here that couldn't be all of 1, 6, 8, we would be gold. We have 6, 8 here, and we have 1, 8 here, and we have 6 here, but it's not good enough. It does mean 8 is limited to these two, but we don't have a good way to mark that. Okay. The 9 does not cross, no, but it does put a 9 in one of these two. I'm also looking at the 3. Okay. Okay, what else can we do? Anything else in this band? I don't think so. Let's move on to this band. So we have 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 5. The 2 5s look in, putting a 5 in one of these three. The 6 is basically marked up already. 7s we got. 8s we did not get. In fact, 8 is placed in this box. That's quite nice, because that removed a 6 corner mark, telling us this is the only place for 6 in the box, which then places 6 in this box. Okay, did that... that placed the 6 and the 8. So we still just have to place the 1, which can be in 2 places. All right. So we're not going to get any kind of hit and triple out of that anymore. Any crossings on this new 6, 8? So we have 4, 5, 6, and 8. So obviously not 6, 8, but 4 and 5. 4 and 5 need to go in these 3 cells. I don't have another digit for that. All right. Unfortunately, nothing. So that was the 8. So this box is down to 4 digits. We need a 2, 3, 4, 9. So we know this isn't 4. This is 2, 3, 9. And this isn't 4, so it's 2, 3, 9. This can't be 2, so it's 3, 4, 9. Not great. All right, what about this box? So we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 4 digits left in this box are 1, 2, 3, 9. The 2 looks in, putting a 2 in one of these two. So these are 1, 3, 9. And this can't be 1, 2, 3, or 9. So it has to be a 1. It's a naked 1. And so now this is a 2, 3, 9 triple. The 2 goes here. And then we've got 3, 9. That matches these. It's interesting. Okay. I got, what did I get? I got the 1, maybe? It's a 1 in one of these two. I don't think the 6 does anything. Vertically, we're down to 3 digits here. We need a 2, 7, 8. No, not 7. I missed something. 2, 4, 8. This can't be 4 and this can't be 4. So the 4 is placed in the column. And this is a 2, 8 pair. These 4s look in, putting a 4 in one of these two. Look for 4 in this column now. So this is a trigger that I always do, but I tend to only mention it when it finds something, but I look for it a lot. I corner marked 4s in these two. Why didn't I corner mark a 4 here? Not a trick question. There's a 9 sitting in there. That's why I didn't corner mark a 4 there. But that's the only reason. This column still needs a 4. So the question we want to ask is, where does 4 go in this column? So you kind of scan down the column and you look for 4s that might be affecting things. Because we know it's not in this box. We know it's not where the 8 and 6 are. And this 4 takes it out of here. This 4 takes it out of here. So that means 4 is actually just down to 2 places in this box. Or in the column. It's down to 2 places in the column. They both happen to share a box. So that does what's called claiming. Claiming is where, here we say column 8 claims the 4 from box 9. Meaning column 8 is going to place a 4. It's going to end up in box 9, meaning the rest of box 9 can't have a 4 in it. So we eliminated 4 from these two cells, I suppose is what we did. No, I don't think... I was looking at how this 5 looks in, but it's not helpful. But this isn't 4 or 5, so it's got to be limited. It's not 1. It could be 2. It's not 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 7. It's not 8, 9. So 2, 7, yes. This is also limited because it's not 1, 6, 8. It's not 4, 9. And it's also not the 2. So it's not 1, 2. It could be 3. It's not 4. Remember, it's not 4 because of the claiming 4s. It could be 5. It's not 6. It could be 7. It's not 8, 9. All right. It is down to 3 digits. 3, 5, 7. All right. Coming back up here, let's make sure we finish what we needed in this band. This is 3, 4, 9, just for the row. Do I do more of this column, 4 and 6? I'm not sure. 3 looks down. So we need a 3 and a 9 here. Yeah, I think I already looked at that. I don't think I got anything else to help. Okay. I'm really not seeing anything else to do. There might be, but I'm not seeing it. So we're just going to move on to this next band here. So we have 1, 4, and 5. So we do have the 2 1s. It's a 1 and one of these two. 4 and 5 don't seem to do anything. Well, actually, the 4 is a crossing on this 6, 9. And so the 4 is in one of these two. That does... Oh, we already had these 2 4s and I missed scanning it. Darn it. Okay. I was hoping that would affect one of these boxes. All right, 5 doesn't seem to do anything. The 6s do look back, and in fact, it places the 6 in this box. These 6s look up, this 6 looks in, placing this 6, and that places 6 in this box as well. 6s are done. All right. 4 digits in this column. We need a 2, 3, 8, 9. This cannot be 8 or 9, so this is just 2, 3. This can't be 3 or 9, so it's 2, 8. 2, 3, 2, 8. This column is down to 2, 3, 7, 9. Yeah, 2, 3, 7, 9. So this can't be 3 or 7. So this is 2, 9. This is 2, 3, 9 because it's not 7. This can be any of 2, 3, 7, 9. Wonderful. Okay. Oh wait, that's a 2, 3, 9. Hold on. We're 7 in the column. Never mind. So yeah, this can be any of 2, 3, 7, 9, except for the fact that the column still needs a 7. It's not here and it's not here. So this 7 for the column has to go here. Hidden single. So these 4 digits are now 2, 3, 8, 9. I'm not surprised. That's what this was. 2, 3, 8, 9. It joins this 2, 3, 9, but what do we need in this box besides 2, 3, 8, 9? 5. We need a 5 in this box. It's placed. This 5 looks up. This 5 looks up. Yeah, so I missed that somehow. Places the 5 in this box. I could have just scanned that and placed the 5. Maybe it was before I'd... No, I don't have an excuse. I just didn't look. 2389. Okay, what can I do with this 5? Not much. Not anything. No, sorry, I was going to say actually the 6 also, but no. 6s are done. What is our... Okay, so let's take a step back. What is our next step? Did I finish this band? I think so. As much as I can with our initial pass. So I'm going to go row by row, and I'm going to be looking for pairs, triples I might have missed, as well as restricted cells that I might want to pencil. So this row is down to 5 digits. We have 4 placed. So I'm just going to think about them real quick. We need a 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. So what we're looking for is any cell that sees at least 2 of those. So this sees 2 and 9. So we said 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. So this can only be 1, 5, 8 because it can't be 2 or 9. 1, 5, 2, 8, 9. Sorry, 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. 1, 2, 5, 8, 9. Unfortunately, this just sees 8. So it's down to 1, 2, 5, 9, which is too many. This row is also down to 5. We need a 2, 4, 7, 8. I missed something. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. 2, 4, 5, 7, 8. No. Incredibly, no. Oh, no, this can't be 4 or 8. Okay. So, hold on. I can't. It could be 2. Can't be 3, 4. Could be 5. Can't be 6. Could be 7. Can't be 8, 9. Okay. 2, 5, 7. Nothing else in this row. This is 3, 4, 9. We have 2, 3, 9. What digits do we need besides 2, 3, 9? It looks like it's the 4, 5. So I don't see anything to do with 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 9. This row is down to, we need the 1 and the 7 in addition to 2, 3, 9. I'm noticing this can't be 3 or 9. So this is 1, 2. Sorry, it's not 2. Sorry, it could be 1. It can't be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be 7. Can't be 8, 9. So it is down to just 1, 7. Okay. 1, 7 and 2, 7. What do we need in this column besides 1, 2, 7? So 2, 3. We need a 4 and a 5, it looks like. Yeah, so where do 4 and 5 go? This can't be 4, 5. So I found a hidden 4, 5 pair. Let me talk about what I was doing here. This is a scanning technique that worked. Again, one of those that works like 10% of the time. But that 10% can save you a lot of time if you look for it every time. Anyway, it's one of those things where you got to spend the time looking for it every time, because sometimes it finds you something. Anyway, I was wondering, do I have a 1, 2, 7 triple here? Or rather, another way to put that is, I've accounted for 3 of the digits, 1, 2, and 7 in this column. Like, what does this column need besides 1, 2, and 7 was the question I was asking, because that's what I've marked. And so the answer is 4 and 5. This column needs a 4 and a 5. Well, then I noticed that this cell could not be 4 or 5. So that was the scan. So as a result, we need a 4 or 5 in this column. It can't be here, and these are already marked as not there. And so this is a hidden 4, 5 pair. This is where the 4 and the 5 must go. And so then this is down to 1, 2, 7. Oops. 1, 2, 7. So what we did is they already couldn't be 1, but we removed 2 and 7 from these cells. In fact, this already couldn't have been 7. But anyway, this can't be 2, 7 anymore. Does that affect anything in a considerable way? And this can't be 2 anymore. This 2 does look down. These aren't 2 anymore. So where is 2 in this box? That's actually, yeah, that's the follow-up we needed. So the way we follow up on a hidden pair is, what does it mean now that these can't be 1, 2, and 7? And I saw that the 2 looks down. These aren't 2. And so where can 2 go in this box? Only in one of these 2. That's going to point, telling us if 2 is one of those 2, it can't be here. So that's an 8, and that's a 2, and that's a 9. And these cannot be 9s, and that can't be 2. All right. So it looks like scanning that column the way I did was important. We can follow up on the placed 8, putting an 8 in one of these two. It does mean that this is down to 2, 3, 9. And then we also placed this 2. Is there a follow-up there? Well, this is down to 2, 3, 8. So where's the 9 in this column, I suppose is the question. 9 can't go in these two, and this can't be 9. So 9 in the column goes here, and that does place the 8 in the box. And that places our 9 in the column, which places our 2 in the box. Sorry, 9 in the box places the 2 in the box as well. That's not 9, that's not 2. This is a 4 or 5 pair. I should have done that earlier. That means that can't be 5. Oh, over here we've eliminated the 2 and the 9. So this is a 3. That's 2. This 3 looks in, placing the 3 in this box. This is resolved, the 2, 8, and 3. Okay. This is 2, 4, 9. We do not need the corner marks anymore. We also don't need these corner marks anymore. These can't be 2, so these are 4, 5, 9. That's not a 9. All right, do I need to take a step back here? Is there any obvious place to look? This is 3, 7. It can't be 7. Okay, so that's 3 and that's 7. So yes, there was somewhere obvious to look. So eliminate 7 from there. We got 3 and 7. Does that... Well, I guess we could look into this box. 3 is in one of these two, and then 7. 7's in one of these two. I was going to say it makes a hidden 1, 7 pair, but that's just what the row needs, 1 and 7. So kind of silly. 3, 4, 5. 4 is not there. These are 2, 4, 5. 4 is not there. Okay. 1, 5, 8 up here. That's not 8. 1, 5, 5, 7, 1, 7. Okay. So this is a 1, 5, 7 naked triple. Just to explain it, because I think every time I explained it in depth, there's at least one person commenting saying, "Thank you for explaining that. I finally understand." So the point of what we're doing here is we're seeing that we have 3 cells that I've marked in green that share a column. And so because they share a column, we cannot repeat any digits. So we're not allowed to put like 5 here and 5 here, or 7 here and 7 here, right? We know we're not repeating digits in green. Therefore, we're going to fill them with 3 distinct digits. Hopefully you're following me so far. Now, how many digits do I have available in total among the green cells? So what I can do is I can start here and I can just say 1 and 5, that's 2 digits. Now I come down to here and I see 5 and 7. 5, we can look back and see we already had a 5, so I don't count that. That's not distinct. But 7 is new, so that's 3 digits. So we don't have anything yet because we have 2 cells and 3 digits for those 2 cells. So we have plenty of digits. We have 1 extra. But then we come down here, the 1 has already been counted, and the 7 has already been counted. So we don't add more fingers. Now we have 3 distinct digits in 3 cells, meaning I must use all 3 of those digits in order to fill those cells. There's no way that I'm ever going to avoid using a 1 in these cells, a 5 in these cells, and a 7 in these cells. For just as an example, if I try to omit 7 from these cells, this is a 1, this is a 5, and this has no value. So this is what we call a naked triple. And what it does is, because it's the column that they share, because they share the column, we eliminate 1, 5, and 7 from the rest of the column. So the result here is that these aren't 5. Those are the only instances of 1, 5, and 7, but it could still be helpful. And in fact, we could have just seen that the 5s, no, we couldn't have seen that, sorry. But there's another consequence of this, which is whenever you find a naked triple like this, look to see like, okay, this cell here is only 1 or 7. It's not a 5. And these two share a box. So the 5 is going to end up here or here. It's like claiming for the column. And in fact, once we eliminate the 5 from these two, it is claiming for the column. And that means that we can't put 5 in the rest of the box. So that is not a 5 either. All right. Thought I'd point that out too. So we eliminated 5 from these two. The consequence is that 5 is in one of these two. 3 is in one of these. 2 is in one of these. Is it? I don't think I need these corner marks anymore. 2, 3, 4, 9. So where's 9 in this column? It's in one of these two. That's gonna claim this box, telling us this can't be 9. So that's 2. That's 5. That's 3. That's 4. And that's 2. We get the 4 and the 5 here. And that's not a 2. All right. What's left where? Okay, so that's not a 2. So that's our 2. We aren't done with 2s, but it feels like we should be. Yeah, so the last 2 is here, and then that's 4. That is not a 4 now. 4 is one of these 2, I suppose. Not that it really matters at this point. 4, 9, 3, 4, 9, 4, 5, 9. What am I missing? It's got to be, okay, let's mark this. Yeah, this can't be 5. So this is the 7. This is the 5. That was for the row. This is 1. This is 8. That's 5. Down here we get the 9, which took a 5 corner mark. So we get the 5 and the 4 as well. That's 7 and 1. That's 4 and 9. That's 3 and 9. Up here we need a 9. Over here we need 1, 7, 8. 1 and 8 tells us that's 7. That's 1. That's 8. We get the 7 here, the 1 here, and the 3 here, and we're done. All right, I hope that was helpful. I think there were some interesting spots in this one. I especially liked what was going on in this column late game. Cool. Well, let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.